this program is somewhat special. We will learn some new things with this. The program looks very simple. Swapping two variables. Swapping two variables. So swapping two variables, how is it possible? Very simple. Let me ask for two variables from the user. Printf, enter A and B, enter A and B. I ask from the user that you enter A and B, and after asking for A and B from the user, I will scan that A and B from the keyboard. Scanf ampersand A, sorry, scanf, what should I write? Scanf %D, %D, two scanfs are needed, followed by ampersand A and ampersand B. That is what we do. We scan the two variables A and B. Now after scanning, let me write the two variables, print A and B. Like I will try to flow like this, go through the flow like this. Print A and B, swap function will be there, where I will send A and B expecting it to be swapped, swap AB, and then I will print A and B again. Please understand, I will go through the program flow like this. I will print A and B, swap A and B, and then print A and B again. Definitely it should show the swapped numbers. So how to do print A and B? Simple, printf followed by %D, %D, followed by A and followed by B. Okay, so printf %D, %D, firstly A you print, then B you print, then call the swap function, swap A and B, and then the same printing once more. Now over here, just to make very sure, I write A equal to %D followed by two spaces, B is equal to %D. So it will show me as A equal to the value of A, B equal to the value of B, and I will just copy this whole thing and just paste over there to make this typing lesser. Okay, so I copy this, let me just paste this. I will delete this part and paste it. So now I can say that I have done exactly what I wanted. I wanted to firstly print A and B, then call the swap function. Swap function will swap A and B, then I will print A and B. So this part is done. Now after calling the swap function, do you need to receive it anywhere? I don't need to. This swap function may have a return type of void, because A and B will be swapped within the swap function. So once A and B are swapped, you get the A and B over here, you just print the A and B over here. So the swap function does not have anything to be returned. Only swap A and B, calling swap A and B should be enough. Like we were doing, like when we printed that, if you remember, print addition, print subtraction function, we really did not receive it anywhere. We simply called it and expected that it will be printed. Is right so? And its return type was void. In the same way, this swap function, its return type should be void. Void swap A and B to be received. So let me receive it as int A, int B. Okay, and over here what I do is I do the swapping. Temp is equal to A is equal to B is equal to temp. If you remember, that was the method of swapping. And also I told you that without a temp variable, swapping was also possible. That also I have shown you. Anyway, but over here it's not needed. We just let me swap the two variables using this temp variable. So see what I'm doing over here. I have told the user printf enter A and B. I'm scanning A and B. Say user enters 5 and 7. These two numbers. So definitely over here it should show A is equal to 5 and it should show B equal to 7. Now suppose you call, now next you call swap AB. If you call swap A and B, what are you sending from here? You are sending 5, you are sending 7. So over here what are you receiving? You are receiving 5 over here, 7 over here. What are you doing? You are swapping. So A should contain 7, B should contain 5. When you return, you are printing A equal to 7, B equal to 5. It should print A equal to 7, B equal to 5. So if I run this program should run smoothly. Only thing is, within the function I need to declare that temp variable. I have not declared it, so int temp is needed. Okay, So let me just run this program and see whether it runs. Also over here, int a and b needs to be declared, which I have not done. So now let me run this program. Alt R, enter. Run without any errors. 5, 7. If I now press a equal to 5, b equal to 7, and after swapping c, also a equal to 5, b equal to 7. No swapping happened. Is it so? Just let me also write over here before swapping and after swapping, so that the things get very clear. Before swapping and with a slash n, this, and over here at the end you also put another slash n, and over here this is after swapping. So let me check whether swapping has happened or not. Apparently it failed, swapping did not happen. After swapping slash n followed by this. Okay, let me run this program. Alt R, enter. Enter a and b. 5, 7. Before swapping a equal to 5, b equal to 7. After swapping a equal to 5, b equal to 7. No swapping. Why? Over here I have sent a and b. A and b was scanned as 5 and 7. I have printed a and b, so 5 and 7 printed. I have called for swap a b, and after swapping I have printed that a and b, but swapping did not happen. So this piece of code did not work. This piece of code did not work. Let me print over here and see whether it worked. Printf after swapping. Also let me print it swap function, so that you understand which one is being printed by the swap function and which one is being printed by main function. So after swapping, swap function after swapping slash n, a is equal to %d and with a space, b is equal to %d. I just print this with a slash n, and over here the first %d is a, the next %d is b. Okay, and also before swapping, let me print it within the swap function. See what I do, I will print it 4 times just to see. I will copy this, I will paste over here. So just this pasting is needed. This thing is done. Next is over here, swap function before swapping. Here I have not swapped. So see what I have done. I have just printed this a and b's value before swapping, and I have also printed the a and b's value after swapping. So here also you have printed it before calling the swap function and after calling the swap function. So here you write main function, so that you understand that which one is for which one. Main function. Here also you please write it is main function. Now what I want to show you over here is, so firstly this should be printed main function before swapping. A should be printed as 5, b should be printed as 7. Then the swap function called. So over here before swapping, a should be printed as 5, b should be printed as 7. After swapping, a should be printed as 7, b should be printed as 5 over here. Then again come back over here, and then again printing over here main function after swapping. A is 7, b is 5. So the order should be like this: main function a5 b7, swap function a5 b7 before swapping, swap function after swapping a7 b5, and main function after swapping a7 b5 should be printed. Is not it so? That's what you feel? Let me run it. Enter a and b, 5 and 7 say. Main function before swapping a5 b7, swap function before swapping a5 b7, quite understandable. Swap function after swapping, okay, a7 b5, swapping has happened. See, main function before swapping a is 5, b is 7. Swap function before swapping also a5 b7, because swapping did not happen. After swapping, a has become 7, b has become 5. Now main function after swapping a5 b7 again. The swap that happened is gone in the main function. See, over here you printed 5 7. Over here you printed 5 7. Over here after swapping 7 5 printed. Then it comes back. When it comes back over here, it is printing 7 and 5. 5 and 7. That is, the swapping was not reflected. Why? Quite simple. Quite simple. You remember, I have been telling you right from the beginning of teaching these functions that this A and B has got no relation with this A and B. Do you remember? They are different. These variables are different. The variable that you send over here, it is only the value that you send. You don't send the variable A and B, you only send its value 5 and 7. So the value 5 and 7 have been received over here in A and B. So this 5 and 7 you interchanged and printed the A and B. So 7 and 5 printed over here. But this A and B has got no relation with this A and B. You only sent its value. This A and B is still 5 and 7. I repeat once more. See, this A and B is 5 and 7. In main A and B is 5 and 7. So you print main function before swapping. A is printing 5, B is printing 7. Now over here when you are sending A and B, you are not sending the variables, you are sending the values A and B. So the value 5 and the value 7 sent, which is received in A and B, which is totally different. This variable is totally different from the variables A and B over here. Over here, even if you call it x and y, it does not matter. You only receive the values 5 and 7. So those 5 and 7 you interchange in this swap function. You print, so within the swap function, this A and B has become 7 and 5, but the A and B of main still remains 5 and 7. So when you print this 5 and 7, when you print this A and B, it prints 5 and 7 again, because the interchange happened between the A and B of swap function, not between the A and B of main function. They are different variables. I will try to explain this with this memory locations drawing. See, when you are writing int AB, because this will help you in writing the program properly. When you are writing, or let me do it over here so that you understand. Say, when you are writing int A and B, what is happening basically? Once you write int A and B, A is declared. A is declared means this is A. This is A. A has got a certain address, but two memory locations are declared. Please understand this. Two memory locations for A is declared. Now this is the value of A. This is A. This is A that is present. Now again you are saying int B. So don't you forget that another memory location B is also declared. I am drawing it not one after the other, drawing it like this so that it remains in one line of sight. So A and B, these two memory locations are declared. Now suppose this memory location is present in an address XXXX. Please understand, this is present in a memory location whose address is XXXX. Also B has been declared in a memory location whose address say is YYYY. You can understand? It is present in a memory location whose address is YYYY. Now when you are sending A and B, what are you sending? You are sending, now you have scanned it. So 5 and 7 has been entered. So you can understand A is equal to 5. Is not it so? Similarly, B as 7 has been entered. So you can again understand B is equal to 7 over here. Now when you are sending A and B, what are you sending? There is no relation of XXXX and YYYY. You are not sending the XXXX and YYYY. You are only sending the values 5 and 7. You are sending the values 5 and 7. Now this XXXX and YYYY remains as it is, A5, B7. The 5 and 7 values were sent. Now over here you declared int A and int B. These are two new int A and int B. No relation with main int A and int B. So remember, in another memory location PPPP, say, PPPP, this A is equal to 5 has been received. You have received, you have called it int A. So int A means again two memory locations are declared. But these are two new memory locations, no relation with the memory location of main, xxxx and yy of main. A new memory location PPPP is declared where a equal to 5 is received. This a equal to 5 you have received over here. Similarly, in another memory location QQQQ, say, two memory locations have been declared as b equal to 7. You receive the value b equal to 7 over there. Please understand this. Receive the value b equal to 7 over there. In PPPP and QQQQ, which is declared as a and b. Once you receive this a equal to 5 and b equal to 7 over there, then over there you have exchanged. You are writing temp equal to a. So temp becomes how much? Temp becomes 7. A equal to b. So over here this a becomes 7. Temp is holding that 5. And b equal to temp, your b is becoming 5. Because it is within this swap function, a and b are only these two variables. You are printing a and b. No doubt it is printing a as 7 and b as 5. Now you return. Here what should you return? You don't return any variable. If you just write return. This return you may avoid actually. You may only write return and that works fine. If you don't write return, then also it automatically returns. If you have to return a value, only then you write return that value. So I had not written return, automatically it returned. It worked fine, but you may also write the return. Without any value, it means it will automatically return. Now over here, when you come back to this point. When you come back to this point, did you make any change to xxxx and yy content? No. All the changes were made to this new variable a and b, which were declared in two new memory locations. So those two old memory locations xxxx and yy remains intact. When you are printing a and b over here, you are printing basically the content of xxxx and yy. What is being printed? 5 and 7 again. So see, over here it prints 5 and 7. Over here it prints xxxx and yy content. So 5 and 7. Similarly, when you are going to this swap function, in this swap function you have received it in int a and int b, which are two new memory locations. So PPPP, QQQQ have been declared. Say for example, when you are printing over here, definitely before swapping 5 and 7 is printed. After swapping, the contents of PPPP and QQQQ changed. So 7 and 5 were being printed. When you come back, xxxx and yy has remained intact. You have not changed it. So 5 and 7 is being printed. Now what to do? See, after swapping, if you could return the values of a and b, but problem is two values a and b cannot be returned. You can return only one. There is only one single return type possible. Is not so? So two values cannot be returned. So returning is not possible. So how to do the swapping? What you can do now is, say you are sending the values a and b. Instead of sending the values a and b, what if you send the pointers, the addresses xxxx and yy? If instead of writing swap AB, if you send its address, please see this. Instead of sending A and B, I am sending the address of A and the address of B. What is the address of A? xxxx. See this? And you are sending the address of B, that is yy. You are sending xxxx and yy. That is what you send. Now what happens over here, you don't receive, because you have sent an address, you cannot receive it in an integer. Please understand, what you have sent over here is an address. It is not an integer. So when you are sending A and B, those were integers. So you received it in integers. Now you have sent address. Can you receive it in an integer? You have to receive it in a pointer variable. So you receive it in int star A and int star B. There are two pointer variables where you receive. Please understand this. So now your A is not PPPP. Your A is XXXX. Is not it so? Now your A is a new variable, new pointer variable, which may be PPPP. But its content is no more 5. its content is the address xxxx. I repeat once more. When you send from here, you send the addresses of A and B. So you are sending the addresses of A and B. So you are sending the address of A xxxx and the address of B y. So you are sending the addresses over here. If you send the addresses from here, over here you receive it in address variable, pointer variable. So you receive it, the value is xxxx and y. You have received pointer variable. Why do you receive pointer variable over here? Because this is an address which is sent. So this needs to be declared as a pointer. Now you need to change. How you change swap? Temp equal to A is wrong. Instead of that, let me write temp equal to star A. Temp is an integer. If I write temp equal to A is an address xxxx. In an integer you cannot receive xxxx. xxxx is an address, temp is an integer. You just write temp equal to star A. Star A means content of A. What is content of A? Content of A means, star means content of. So star A means content of A. What is content of A? Content of xxxx. What is content of xxxx? Content of xxxx is 5. You are directly getting hold or access of this memory location. You are saying the content of this memory location, which is 5, that you receive in temp. Then you write star A equal to star B. Please see this, star A equal to star B. What is B? B is y. So star B is content of y. What is content of y? Content of y is 7. This one. Where are you copying it? You are copying it in the content of A. See over here, content of A. In this function, A means xxxx. So it is copied in the content of xxxx. So it is copied over here. 7 is copied over here. Then you don't write B equal to temp. You write star B equal to temp. You write star B equal to temp. What is B? B is not 7. In the main function, B is 7, an integer. In the main function, B is 7, an integer. But in the swap function, B is a pointer. There is no relation of B of swap with B of main. Here B is a pointer. And content of B is, or B is y. So content of B, over here star B, is content of y. Content of y, what are you changing it to? Temp. What did you copy in temp? You copied 5. So this becomes 5. You copied temp equal to star A. So content of xxxx initially you had copied in temp. So temp was 5. You copy that back to B. Swapping has happened. Now if you write swap function after swapping, you need to write over here before swapping. You cannot write A equal to %d, B equal to %d. You need to write before swapping in the main function A equal to %d, B equal to %d, okay, but not A and B. You need to print the content of A and the content of B, that is the content of xxxx and the content of y. Here also you need to print the content of xxxx and content of y, which is now changed. Now if you print over here, come back over here and print, you should print A and B, because they are the integers 7 and 5 now. Now what will be printed? Definitely this time not. Just cross it out. See, cross it out. This is wrong. It will not be printed 5 and 7. Instead what will be printed is 7 and 5 now, because the swapping did happen now in the memory location directly. So what you did, instead of sending the values, you have sent the addresses. This is called call by address. The previous one was call by value. Remember, these are two terms which you learn over here. The previous was call by value. When you send a value A and B, you are just sending the value, not the variable or not its address. But here what have you done? You have done call by address. If you call by address, then the address goes and you are receiving, you are just accessing the content of that address. So you are directly working on the content of that memory location. So I think you understand this, and here you print A and B, as simple as that. It will work. Let me run it now. Enter A and B, 5 and 7. See this. Main function before swapping A5 B7. Swap function before swapping A5 B7. Swap function after swapping A7 B5. Main function after swapping A7 B5. I think you have understood this. Please go through this program once more. Try to write this yourself, only then you will be absolutely clear with it. Try to see the memory locations, you will understand it. I think you have understood it well enough, so we will take a bit of break. We will come back with more programs with call by value and call by addresses. Thank you so much.